Well, the sanctuary city crackdown is raging on, the Justice Department touting increased removal of illegal immigrants. And during the Trump presidency, roughly 50,000 illegal immigrants have been ordered by an immigration judge to be deported from the United States by the Department of Homeland Security. This, as we are learning from the DHS, that nearly a quarter of all federal inmates are illegal immigrants, and virtually all are in deportation proceedings or already facing removal orders. Joining me now, Foundation for Liberty and American Greatness founder Nick Adams and the Center for Immigration Studies Policy Director Jessica Vaughan. Jessica, I'll start with you. What do you make of this number? Is it surprising? The real number here, 23% of all federal prisoners are illegals.
Well, it's a very big number. It's about 42,000 inmates in the federal system. And first, it's great that we're now getting this kind of information released by the federal government, because we haven't had it up until this time. But it shows that failing to control our borders really is contributing to public safety problems, and that immigration enforcement can help that, because these are 42,000 offenders that are going to be removed when they finish their sentence instead of being sent back to their communities. But this high number of criminals in the federal system tends to undercut the argument made by sanctuary jurisdictions that, you know, there really aren't any illegal immigrants committing crimes.
Well, let's get to Nick on that. I mean, that was the thing that caught my attention. So if you're one of these sanctuary cities and you're saying, hey, you know, these folks are not doing bad things, well, then why are they so disproportionately represented in the prison population, Nick?
That's exactly right, Jerry, and all this evidence that we are getting now from the federal government finally is showing us something that we should all have already realised. That is how important it is to build that wall. The taxpayer expense to house and to deport these criminals is tremendous, and the return on investment that we're going to get from this wall, not only in terms of the safety of our communities and our population, but also the money that is going to be available is of such magnitude. It's really important that we do this.
Well, Jess, so what kind of crimes are these folks committing? You know, there are some people out there who say these illegals are creating all kinds of crime in our communities, but are there specific kinds of things they're doing that they're ending up in jail for?
Well, when you dig down into these Department of Justice figures, you find that a lot of these are border-related crimes like drug trafficking, human smuggling. But in addition, there are a disproportionate number of non-citizens who are in prison for murder, for kidnapping, money laundering, especially a lot of drug crimes, which makes sense when you...
Isn't it smuggling drugs, human smuggling, and, I mean, crimes associated with possibly not being from this country? Nick, to you, what do we do about this, and is DHS headed in the right direction?
Look, Jerry, it's really simple. We've got to make it really easy for good people to come to the United States and impossible for bad people to come to the United States. And unfortunately, the current systems just don't work. And it's really important that we get this right, because there is no greater imperative than keeping the American people safe. One illegal immigrant is too many.